Hello, I'm Heather.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are the Boxcard Gamers.
We play boxcard games.
In every episode. Let's get into it.
Heather.
Yeah.
Before we get started.
Uh-huh.
I just want to say I am mad.
Could I do the whole intro and stuff first?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to Boxcard Gamers. This is round 4 of Would You Rather. Here's how it works. We have a set of cards. On each card are 4 Would You Rather questions. I will ask Ryan each question on his card. If he picks the same answer I did, he gets a point. If not, he gets 0 points. Then we pick a new card, and it's my turn. Caveat, no more than 1 point and no fewer than 0 points may be awarded per question. Again, the game we are playing is called Would You Rather. It is by Zobmondo and is available for purchase on Amazon. Link in the show notes. They are not a sponsor. It should also be noted that we are playing a modified for podcasting version of the board game, aka regular Would You Rather. The current running score is Ryan 8, Heather 9. Now you can be mad, Ryan. Go ahead.
I am mad, Heather. You know what happened? Listen.
What?
I started this garden in our backyard. I built up some planter boxes up the slope of a hill, and we started sprouting seeds inside. And then I had to move them outside into a little mini greenhouse that I bought because our cat kept getting into them and eating them. Mm-hmm. And so I finally got them to the point where we could transfer them into the planter boxes. And last night, or during the day, some varmint got into our planter boxes and ate a bunch of the starters.
Who do you suspect? Squirrels? Is it the squirrels?
It's got to be the squirrels. But there were I don't know. We had a dog, so while we were transferring these things, a big-ass dog showed up in our backyard and started terrorizing the cat on the inside.
Oh. And
I had to yell at him to get out, go home. And then I followed him, made sure he got home. I suspected I knew which neighbor it was because I've seen the dog around. So I followed him home and then made sure that he got home. And the owner was coming out and very apologetic and yada, yada, whatever. No big deal. But there are some awfully big paw prints in our planter boxes. So I don't know if it was raccoons or squirrels digging stuff up or a dog.
Well, large paw prints are going to be more the dog, I would think.
But, okay, so here's the thing is I couldn't tell if they were dig marks or paw prints.
Okay.
They looked like they could be one or the other.
Interesting.
And if it was dig marks, it was probably the squirrels or the raccoons.
Well, Ryan, you should
but they messed stuff up.
You should get out your special cap and your monocle and your pipe, like a detective in the olden days, and investigate that.
I just need to take tomorrow off from work and just sit out in the back patio in full camouflage.
Yeah.
To find out.
Because there's so much back there that you can blend in with to be hidden.
I'll paint myself like the slatted divider on our patio.
Ryan, are you ready for your card?
I'm ready.
Would you rather, as a man, have your grandmother's first name or her haircut permanently?
Listen, I know what you probably picked, and I'm going to tell you that one of our grandmother's names, Valerie, is also pronounced Valari in Russian, which is a male's name.
Interesting.
So I could take the name Valari. However, everybody mistakes it for Valerie. And I think I could rock the haircut. I think I could rock it. Because they both had similar haircuts.
They really did. It was a very tight perm.
And
it's the tight grandma perm. They had it going on.
I think I'd rather have the tight perm than a name Valerie or Martha.
Well, Ryan, I don't know what you think I picked, but I picked have your grandmother's first name because with Valerie, you can go by Val, and with Martha, you can go by Marty.
Damn it, Heather!
I know. I thought we'd both get there. I'm not sure how that didn't happen.
God damn it!
No point for you.
I was trying to go the way that I thought you were going to go, which was with the haircut. Because I also thought of the name thing, but I didn't think it that far through. I just thought of the Valari.
I didn't even know about that. So that I learned something. Thank you for teaching
You're welcome.
me. Let's do this for me, just for fun. Because Grandpa, I guess Roy, he went by Roy, but I guess his real first name was Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Roy. That'd be no big deal. Vernon.
You can go by Vern.
I can go by V. Just call me V.
Wasn't Vern short for a female name?
Vernacular? I don't know.
Vern.
Vera?
Vern.
I could go by Vera for fun. Or V. Or None. Non.
Didn't Dad tell us at some point he was in the military with a guy named Mary? Because
Did he?
The parents wanted a girl so bad, they just ended up naming their son Mary anyway.
Alrighty. You know what? Let's just move on from this topic. It could go somewhere that we don't want it to go. Ryan, would you rather be 90 minutes late for your own wedding or keep dozing off during it?
Oof. Either way, I'm a dead man.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, I'd rather be 90 minutes late because at least I'll be present for the wedding.
Ryan, you could have a good excuse for being 90 minutes late that would be forgivable.
I could, yeah.
You know?
Oh, for sure. Like, oh my God, there was traffic and there was a car accident and I had to administer CPR to some guy. I could. Hello, cat.
Yeah, my cat just stuck her face in the camera. Welcome to the podcast. Yeah, so I will give you a point for that because I also thought that actually just kind of helped you there. Well, no, because you already picked the answer. You already picked the answer I picked, but we talked it through. Let's move on. Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have body odor that can be detected across the yard or be hairy like Bigfoot?
I'd rather be hairy like Bigfoot.
Explain yourself, sir.
I don't want to be that guy that everybody wants to avoid because I smell bad. At least if I'm hairy like Bigfoot, people will still be like, hey, we're friends with Bigfoot.
Ryan, once again, you astound me with your logic.
Listen, I think more people will be more forgiving and accepting of someone who is hairy like Bigfoot than they would be of someone they can smell across their fucking yard.
I agree, and I also picked that answer. You get a point. Also, I would wax it. I would go to some extremes. I would wax that, cut it, wax it. It would be so painful and horrible.
Listen, I can hardly keep a beard kempt. I don't think I could manage a full fucking body of hair.
Listen, at least for you, you would only have a very minimal amount of waxing to do. Like, you'd only have to wax like a quarter of your body. I would have to wax almost all of it. I'm just saying.
Ooh, you could get the laser hair removal, which is permanent.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Ryan, would you rather have to watch with your friends a video of every argument you've ever had with your siblings?
Hell yeah.
Or every argument you've ever had with your parents?
With my siblings. Oh, that would be fantastic. Oh my God.
Ryan.
Could you imagine, Heather?
First of
sitting
all,
down with your friends and witnessing all my dumb arguments with my sister? That would be fantastic.
See, you're looking at it from a comedic value point of view.
Oh my God, Heather.
Absolute embarrassment point of view.
I mean, either one's going to be funny. I would go either way. Like, I haven't had any arguments with mom and dad, like, in my adult life.
That's why I would pick that one, because it would be a very short video, and then we could all move on with our day.
I think it would be great with a sibling. Like, an argument from 3 weeks ago, hilarious.
Ryan, maybe
Come on, Heather.
Maybe the fights we had when we were kids would be hilarious to watch, but I don't want to rewatch our adult arguments. No, thank you. Those are ridiculous.
Well, shit. I don't get a point.
You don't get a point, but you get 2 total for that round. So let's see how I do.
Heather.
Yes.
I hope you crash and burn.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Heather, would you rather have to always eat out of dirty dishes or always have to wear filthy clothes?
This was a tough one for me, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Because having to always eat out of dirty dishes. I mean, if I'm like never cleaning the dish. Okay, wait.
Mm-hmm.
I have to eat out of dirty dishes. So what I would do is I would just use like somebody else's plate after they just ate a meal, and I could eat my meal off that plate. Right?
Sure.
Then the dish could go get cleaned. So I would be using a dirty dish every time, but it's not like the dishes would never be getting cleaned.
But what if there's no one else eating? And the only dish that you have is one from 2 days ago that's just sitting there because it hasn't been washed. Now what do you do?
I would still rather do that than wear filthy clothes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Filthy clothes are just,
I'd rather eat out of a dirty dish. You know why, Hev? Because I got an immaculate immune system.
Oh, and I've eaten out of dirty dishes before. Oh, yeah, superhuman immune system. I should be studied for science.
I should be. I really should be.
Ryan, I do get a point because I also picked eat out of dirty dishes.
You said you'd rather wear clothes. You literally just said it.
No, I don't think I did. I said I would rather eat out of dirty dishes.
Play that shit back. Play that shit back. You just said I would rather wear dirty clothes. Those words came out of your mouth.
Okay, it's possible that those words came out of my mouth. I would play it back if I knew how to do that, Ryan. That's a technical ability beyond my skill set.
Listen, Heather, when you go to edit this, I want you to add in that you're retracting that point because you convinced me that you were going to wear dirty clothes instead.
Okay, if it turns out that I said I absolutely hate wearing filthy clothes, which is what I remember saying.
Oh, maybe that's what you said.
It's possible I said I'd rather wear dirty clothes because I was looking at the sentence on the screen and said that by mistake. But I'll put like a cheer in there for you if I did in fact say the wrong thing. But I'm taking a point for right now.
All right, Hev. Fine.
Hey there, it's Heather with a quick editorial interjection. It would seem that I made it very clear that my choice here is that I would rather eat off of dirty dishes than wear filthy clothes, and that Ryan is entirely confused. And now back to the show.
Heather, would you rather have to spend the rest of your life only seeing and interacting with people that are 15 years old or with people that are 60 years old?
Hands down, 60 years old.
Really?
Yeah. Ryan, have you spoken to a... Listen, have you spoken to a 15-year-old?
I have a 16-year-old and I have a 13-year-old, and they are both fantastic and entertaining children.
Yeah, but they're your children.
But their friends are entertaining as well. I love all my kids' friends. I would rather be speaking to the youth than feeling depressed talking to 60-year-olds all the time.
Excuse me. Feeling depressed. What? Does it depress you to speak to a 60-year-old?
Yes, because they're all like on the brink of death, Heather. They got like a decade left to go.
What are you talking about, brink of death?
They got 20 years left, Heather. They got 20 years left, and they're all bitter and angry.
No, what? What 60-year-olds do you know?
Construction workers.
Okay, the bitter, angry 60-year-old construction workers. Is it because they're not retired yet or something? Like, do they need to do that? Unbelievable. I just feel like I would have a more intellectual conversation and a more stimulating conversation, generally speaking, with 60-year-olds.
Listen,
not that you can't have
like
that, a stimulating conversation with somebody young, or that every conversation with a 60-year-old is stimulating, but I just feel like my odds are higher in the older age bracket.
I would also have to say that I would have to tell Sophie, sorry, I can't talk to you anymore. You're 16.
But it says
Chloe can't talk to
15-year-olds. So basically, there's 1 year where you're not going to be allowed to talk to Chloe if you pick the 60-year-olds, right?
Listen, I wouldn't be able to talk to them anyway. I'm screwed either way.
Oh, that's true. Quite true. And you're going to be dead by the time they're 60, so I see where you're coming from there.
Yeah.
So I get a point? Yeah? Mm-hmm.
No, because
No
I
point
chose
for
the
me?
15-year-olds. I'd rather talk to 15-year-olds than 60-year-olds. They're more fun. They lighten the world and make me feel happy.
And smell
Because
bad.
they're always silly. They do smell bad. That is
smell
absolutely
bad.
True. Every single one of them smells terrible.
God.
But you know what? So did the 60-year-olds. So,
No.
yep.
Can I just tell you?
Mhm.
There is a certain odor, like a certain smell that I will sometimes get a whiff of at totally random times. I don't know if it's just because I'm pulling it up from my memory, like how you sometimes can smell something again when you think about it.
There is an old people smell.
Well, no, it's a very specific old person mixed with a little bit of lavender smell that is Granny McLeod smell.
Oh,
and I'll
yeah.
get a whiff of it and I'll be like so joyful. I'll be like, because she was such a cool person.
There's a specific oil smell that reminds me of her sewing machine. And anytime I smell that, I think of Granny.
See, there's old people don't smell, but I can't with you. I'm ready for my next card, my next question, sir.
Heather? Mm-hmm. Would you rather, if your life depended on victory, have to run a 100-yard race against a 6th grader or against an 11-year-old dog?
Ryan, how old is a 6th grader? Let's see. Charlie's in 5th. That's 11. That's an 11-year-old, isn't it?
Yeah, middle schooler.
Against an 11-year-old, basically, person or an 11-year-old dog. I am going to take my chances with an 11-year-old dog.
Are you serious?
Because that's old for a dog, right?
But a dog can still outrun... Okay, Heather.
But the dog might be sick. You know what, Ryan?
I'll take it. Nope, I'll take it.
You're going to hear me
Get
out.
your answer.
Hear me out. The dog might be old. It might be small. Right now, my daughter's a 5th grader. She outruns me. I can't run fast. And as gone over, I weigh quite a lot. So there's no way I'm going to beat a 6th grader. But I feel like, depending on the type of dog there might be, if my mini dachshund was 11 years old, I could beat her in a race, I'm pretty sure.
Is it 100 yards? Was that what it was? Yeah, 100 yards. That's a football field. Give me the 11th grader. I will kick their ass.
I can't beat a 3rd grader. My daughter, okay. You know what?
6th grader, I mean.
You know
6th
what?
grader. No, you can't change your answer.
I'm not changing my answer. I'm pointing something out. You do not know what it is like to have a woman's body. So with your man's body, you have a different reality of what strengths you have, right?
Listen, Ed.
I want to tell you something, Ryan. I want to tell you something because I did a little experiment after our last episode when we had that whole 4-foot high jump.
You tried to do the jump?
I tried to do the 8-foot jump. I didn't try very hard. I barely tried. And you know how far I got?
3 feet.
4 feet. Ryan, 100 pounds overweight, completely out of shape. I got 4 feet without even trying. Let me train for a year, shave off 100 pounds. I could probably hit that 8-foot jump.
No, that's not the question. It's now. Your life depends on it, Heather, right now.
It doesn't say that in the sentence, but I'm just trying to point something out to you. Ryan, no matter how much training I do, I'm never going to clear a 4-foot high jump. That's never going to happen. But I could get to a point where I could do an 8-foot jump. But you are like, no, the 8-foot jump's impossible. The 4-foot jump is easier because you have stronger fucking leg muscles than me. So you can go up higher than me. I have to go long with my weak ass leg muscles.
You don't have to clear your feet first. You can literally dolphin dive over it.
Ryan, we already talked about this. I am just saying in the scenario of having to clear it.
Right.
And my point being that you don't seem to, you have the reality of what your body and your muscle structure is like. And you don't understand that for me, it's going to be quite different.
Heather.
What?
First of all, I would like to say the point of this game is so that you don't get points. Secondly... Secondly, we have veered off topic, and we need to bring it back. We need to bring it back to the foot race.
I will take 0 points for that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This has been wonderful. Hit me with my last question.
All right. Heather, would you rather have a head twice the normal size or half the normal size?
Ryan, I would like my head to be twice the normal size because I'm going to look like a freak either way. That's a lot of huge brain I can be carrying around with me. Big brain, smartness.
I could really go either way because either way is going to suck. So I'll give you a point for that one, Heather.
Thank you, Ryan. Well, we tied this round 2-2.
Excellent.
Which means that you now have 10 total running points, and I now have 11 total running points. Mm-hmm. And you are still adopted as of now.
God damn it.
Sorry, dude. Well, we don't have any listener stories. Send us some. boxcardgamers@outlook.com. You know what? Let's just see if anybody, if I just missed any in the email. We'll check it right now as
I'm gonna try
here.
I'm going to try to jump 8 feet, Heather.
You know what, Ryan? I think you can jump 8 feet. And I think you trip and kill yourself with 4 feet high. That's what I think. No, you could clear 4 feet high. I think you could do it. Once again, totally empty junk folder. Nobody wants to even send junk mail to us. And I have actually what I'm pretty sure is a phishing scam in the regular inbox. So nobody sent us. Nobody sent us stories, so do send them to us. We would love to get them and share them on the podcast.
Oh, speaking of phishing scams, you know what my new favorite thing to do is?
Send phishing scams to people?
No, have you gotten like the wrong number texts?
Yeah, like somebody texts me, but they're trying to reach somebody else.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then you respond back with like, oh, sorry, you got the wrong number. And then they always respond back with, oh, I'm so sorry. You're such a nice person. Where are you from? And they try to like strike up a conversation with you. Have you gotten that far with it?
No, here's what I do when I get a text from a number I don't recognize or a wrong number. I ignore it and don't respond at all.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And that's the right thing to do because of these wrong number texts is like the new scam. And I haven't figured out what the scam is, right? But I have noticed with all these text messages happen the same. The first 3 times it happened to me, it was like, oh, sorry, you have the wrong number. And then it was always the same response back. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You're such a nice person. Where are you from? And then they introduce themselves and tell me where they're from. And so I was like, what is going on right now? So I stopped responding to them for a while. And then I started responding back to them and trying to keep the conversation going to see where it goes. And I would choose personas. I'd be like an old 60-year-old man. There was somebody's like Mary from Miami contacted me, right? And I was like, oh, I'm Paul from Pennsylvania was my response back, right? And I got into it with this guy where I was like, you know what? Like, it's killing me. I need to know, what is the scam? What are you trying to do? Like, I'm just genuinely curious, like, what the scam is. And they, like, freaked out, right? Like, I'm not a scammer. And going off on me. You're a child. How old are you? This, that, and the next thing, right? And so there's a website that you can go to where you can like make a link. You can make a link look like a different link. And if they click on it, it'll tell you where in the world they're located.
Interesting.
Like it'll capture their IP address and tell you where they're located, right? So this was Mary from Miami. And I said, you know what, Mary, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have accused you of being a scammer. Here's my Facebook profile. Check out this artwork that I did. Oh, because I said my name was George. Okay. George from Georgia. And so I pulled up like a Facebook profile for George Jetson, right?
Okay.
So I was like, check out my silly artwork, right? Just whatever. So I did this link and it takes them to the Facebook profile, but it gave me their location, which was in Moscow.
Interesting.
And I said, Mary from Miami, what are you doing in Moscow? And I went back and forth with this guy, and it was freaking hilarious. Oh, Heather, I was so proud of myself. And like he just was like totally insulting me, like, you're adopted, your parents hated you and they gave you up, and you've got nothing better to do with your time than harass people over the phone. Your mother hates you, your father hates you, you're an orphan. And then I was like, wait.
Heather?
Oh, it was great. It was so funny. It made me laugh, and I had a good time with it.
Well, right.
And so this last time, I tried pretending to be a 13-year-old girl just to see where it would go, but they stopped responding.
Oh, there you go.
So
they'll get in trouble for.
Well, so I read
minors,
up online that apparently the scam is to get the person to send scandalous photos of themselves, and then they try to blackmail you with the photos.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, ooh, if I'm like a 14-year-old girl, maybe that'll make me like a target for that scam. But it went nowhere.
They apparently are like, nope, we don't do the kiddie porn.
Yeah.
I think they'll get in way more trouble for that. Like they probably can't get into too much trouble for the other one.
I'm sure they could. Well, I mean, I guess if they're located in Moscow, maybe things are a little different over there, but
don't know what the laws are over there. We shan't talk about Russia. That's an oopsie. You know what, everyone? If you think that somebody that you know would like this podcast, tell them about it. Make them search for us in their podcast app and listen. And other than that, Ryan.
Yes.
I just want to wish you and everyone that's listening
a Merry Christmas.
No, a beautiful, happy, wonderful, cheerful, optimistic, lovely, fantabulous week.
Until we play again.